Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm going to do the last of my little series of videos of top 5 of books that I think I'll pick for when I do my new TBR challenge. So, as I said, I'll have the video linked down below of what I've decided to do with my TBR, where I pick genres or categories and pick a book that relates to that instead of picking a specific title or just making too long TBR lists, because I always want to read all the things. So I'm going to go through the last 4 categories that I've selected for that project. The first one is series to continue. So these are all the series that I've read at least one book and want to continue to the next book, and I just haven't got to it. The next one is series to complete. All the books that I want, that I have like the last book of the series, and I just haven't finished it yet. So those are the ones I want to complete. I have books that I have DNF'd in the past that I would like to give one more shot to, because either I read them at the wrong time or I don't remember what happened, and they're still on my shelf, but because I still want to read them. So I want to give them one more shot. And then I have books that are the oldest on my TBR. So it's books that have been on my shelf for many, many years. So let's go ahead and do that. So first we'll do a series that I want to continue. One of them is The Secret Histories by Simon R. Green. Demons Are Forever is the second book. I read the first book a long time ago when it came out, and then I just have never picked up this series. And he is one of my favorite urban fantasy authors, but for some reason his big books intimidate me. So anyway, I need to get to that, because I have like 10 books on my shelf of him, and I just need to get past book number 2. The next one is the third book in the Psalms of Isaac by Ken Schulz. This is Antiphon, is the third book. I really like this series, so I'd really like to continue it. I shouldn't be talking so much. Okay, I'm just going to go through these. Book 2 in the Hidden Legacies, White Hot. Horrible cover. By Ilana Andrews. As I said, I just reread the first book so that I could read that book, because I have the second and third book ready to go. Book number 4 in the Peter Grant or the Rivers of London series by Ben Aaronovitch. This is Broken Homes. I do want to read this and continue that series, because I have several books to read of that. And I'd also like to continue on with the Shades of Magic series by V.E. Schwab. This is A Gathering of Shadows. So those are the books that I'd like to continue the series in. These are the books I'd like that actually complete series. So the first one, I don't know the name of the series. I never did find what it is, but The Future Falls, by Tanya Huff, is the third book in the Enchantment Emporium. And the Wild Ways. I don't know what the trilogy is called, but this is the third book, and I just haven't got around to it. Sleeping Late on Judgment Day by Tad Williams. This is the third in the Bobby Dollar series, the end one, and I still haven't read it. I have no idea why. I don't know why. I have no idea. Book number 3 in the Machineries of Empire series by Yoon-Ha Lee, Revenant Gun. I was so looking forward to this book. I bought it. I got it pre-ordered. Still haven't read it yet. Still want to read that. Manners and Mutiny, the 4th book in the Finishing School series by Gail Carriger. Again, it's the last book. I just have not gotten to this, and I don't know why. And God's Last Breath by Sam Sykes. This is the 3rd book in the Bring Down Heaven trilogy. Again, I read the first 2 this year, so 3rd book is I just haven't had a chance to pick up a big, massive tome, so I will at some point. So, anyway, so those are all the series ones. Now I'm going to talk about the books that are kind of been on my shelf for a longer time. So I'm going to go through the ones that I have DNF'd before and want to give them one more shot. So one of them is The Goblin Emperor by Catherine Addison. Dead House Gates by Steve Erickson. This is the second one in the Malazan Book of the Fallen series. I loved Gardens of the Moon, and then this one I've tried to attempt twice, once physically reading it and audio, but I got called away from it for something else twice. So one more shot. I don't want to give up on that series yet. Then a book from my college years, On the Road by Jack Kerouac. You can see that I almost finished it for college and I never did. So this is a book I would really love to reread all the way to that and then actually finish it out. I mean, I probably skim read the end just so I could write my papers and take the test and everything, but I've always wanted to just finish this and I just haven't. It's been many years. Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. This one, I actually bought this really cute copy in Australia when I was there in 2005 when it first came out because I could not get it in the US yet. So I bought it when I was there. I started reading it when I was there. I only read like a couple chapters and then I flew home and then I forgot about it. So I mean, I don't know if that's a real DNF. I think I just, it was a travel thing. Anyway, I'd really like to finish that. And then, The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. A lot of people are reading it this year, but I tried to read this before that miniseries came out quite a few years ago, and I had a really bad old copy of it, mass market paperback, and it was like taped up. I got it like for 50 cents or something at a library sale. Anyway, so at a library sale last year, I bought this nice copy, but I still haven't read it. So those are the books that I've DNF'd before, and I don't remember why I really DNF'd that book. Like most of these I don't remember, just something stopped me and I never went back to them. So I want to give them all second chances. And then the last section are books that I have had on my bookshelf for many, many years. And we're going to say most of these are probably close to the 20-year mark and older. I'll give you that date. Sorry about that. Anyway, so the first two books are books that I bought while I was working at Walden Books in the late 90s. That dates it right there. And this is Blindness by Jose Saramago. I don't know how you say his last name. Anyway, I wanted to read it then. I just never got around to it. I've been carrying it around everywhere. The other one is The Living Blood by Tana Nariva do? I'm not sure. Anyway, I've never read anything by her, but I bought this back then, and I know I think I read the first chapter, and then I just got distracted. So I've been carrying it around for all these years. I still want to read it. Then I have two books from college. About The Portrait of a Lady by Henry James. I think no, I didn't start this book, so my bookmark's right at the beginning. So I never attempted it, but I always wanted to, especially after seeing the movie with Nicole Kidman. Anyway, but the only Henry James I read was The Turn of the Screw for class, which is a whole nother episode I want to talk about. But I've always wanted to read Portrait of a Lady, or try some of his other books. I just haven't got around to it. And then I also have from college, The Man in the High Castle by Philip K. Dick. We read How to Do Android's Dream of Electric Sheep in college for one of my courses, and I think they told us that, or the teacher, I can't even remember who my teacher was or anything like that, but they mentioned this book as another one to pick up by him. So I picked it up, and I've had it all these years. I still haven't read it. I know there's a TV series. Still haven't read it. Anyway. And then the oldest book on my shelf is technically not here anymore. I recently just got rid of it when I did my last unhaul. And so because I had gotten a new copy of it, because my copy had been with me since high school. So it's like the oldest book on my shelf unread, and it was falling apart pretty much when I got it. And then, it's been all these years later and it's moved and been on a shelf forever. Anyway, so I got this new copy, and that is The Name of the Rose by Umberto Eco. So I've always wanted to read this, and I don't know why in high school I picked it up and did not finish it. I don't remember how far I got or if I even did. I just know I've had a copy since high school. So it was my oldest book on my shelf now. So technically I've switched it out, and it's not one of the oldest anymore, except it's one of the oldest books that I still know that I want to read. And that is why it's the one on the list. So those are all the books for the last 4 categories that I have for my TBR. I hope that kind of made sense. I know these are the weird ones because these can be any genre. They're just talking about series and books that I've, you know, DNF'd in the past or are the oldest from my bookshelf. So I'm trying to get through them all because I have a lot of books. Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed all that. I know that's kind of a weird way to show, but I want to show that I want to have options on everything when I do my TBR draws this coming month. So any of these books you think, or series that you think I should attack sooner rather than later, any of these that of the older stuff that I really should give another shot to and just have that be the next one I read, let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.